So the transportation was, previous to me doing it, the championship started in the 90s, and obviously in the first few years only a few clubs were invited, so it was a really limited number of boats going over. And then as it started to grow and more clubs sort of formed, basically you rang up, and if you were really lucky and you were the first in the queue, you got the best spots over and back. And I was involved with the CPGA committee at the time, the Cornish Pilot Gig Association committee, and I said to them, look, I'll have a conversation with the Scillonian, the steamship company, and I did. And 26 years later, still doing it. People want to go to Scilly's, they want to go to the championships. If you want to go to the championships, you know that you've got to get your boat there, and basically you have the choice of the Scillonian or the Gry. Although it's a really massive competition, part of that competition is getting on the boat. They arrive here, especially on the Thursday now when it does the double sailing. People arrive for that early sailing, 6:30, 5:30, they're getting here in the morning. It's the first time, it's like a proper awakening of everything, because it's the first time you would probably see everybody in close proximity, so you can do your socialising, you see friends you haven't seen for a while. And most of the friendships stem from a number of years back. They're not just ones that you've seen in the last couple of years, 20, 30 years plus. So it is like a reunion at times, and people get on the boat. Obviously, a lot of people sleep on the early boat going across. And then when they come back from the islands as well, it used to be that everybody went down the quay, they waved the Scillonian off, they were singing on the quay, the Scillonian was singing, and then, people would go down, they'd sing down in the bar. So they've always had the traditions of the bacon sandwiches and the singing. This is just a token of what it takes to get some of the boats across. So this goes back to the original 2000, and as you can see, with great delight, that's got that brown curly edge. Most people won't have a clue what this is, but this is an old fax, and this was the original shipping document. So this was the fax that I had in the first instance, that was, you can't even see it now, it's all faded. Everybody makes it work, and that's the big thing. We've never had a boat not get over there, and it's because everybody works together. When there's a problem, I know I've picked up the phone and spoken to different people and gone, it's not looking good, we need to do something, and everything sort of kicks into action. And the combination of that action and everybody working, like the gig side and sort of like the freight, myself and Justin working in tandem, and we know the steps of each other, it then makes it work. So the boats bringing it back and forth are ultimately what makes it work, but obviously without the people behind it, it doesn't work either. So that's quite key.